And actually, it hits you massively when you have to go back. I don't know, I can't speak for all men, but I know definitely between me and you. Actually, there are some men who will say, do you know what, I need to go work. They don't have to deal with the situation at home. You know, the situation
but honest,
is...
bro, me going to work sometimes is a breather. I've said it to you. It is sometimes, it is like, there's too much going on in the house. Let me get to work. I can relax my mind kind of thing. But that's on a odd day, bro. That's on an odd day. Like, it's not the majority of the time. Believe me. It's not the majority of the time.
Nowhere near. And if you're not careful, like I said, I think I was touching it just now. If you don't pay attention to try and nurture your child a certain way, get that bond with your child, your individual bond. I think all children need, 3 bonds. I think, mother's bond, the bond with the father, and actually this the parents together with that child. Yeah, it's a different type of atmosphere. You can check it if you just take a few seconds out, right, and think about the bond you've got with your child, and think about what that looks like compared to the mum, or vice versa. Compare that to the dad, and then think about how both parents, how your child reacts when you're both around them. Listen, the child acts very differently. I'm pretty sure you notice it. Right? I'm pretty sure you've witnessed it with other kids how the child reacts when both parents are there. So these are the things, and especially when I'll tell you what, when you're having a hard day at work, sometimes it's no better than to go home and just to see, your missus and your child there. Just get some hugs in, just hold the baby, even if it is just bath time.
Dealing with twats, bro. Yeah, at work. To be honest, bro, we've all got them. You know what I'm saying? There's always some. But when you've been dealing with them all day, yeah, and just to come home and feel the love from home and feel that these people that I'm coming home to, especially my kids, they don't judge me. They love me for me. They're like, it's all love. There's nothing else but that. It's priceless, man. It's priceless. So for me, like, I think even the long goal in my head is to work harder, to achieve more things so that ultimately I can spend more time. Because what else are we working out here for? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, we're ultimately working or doing certain things to get our time back so we can spend more time doing the things that we actually want to do.
And I think that you've just hit the nail on the head. And I think sometimes that concept feels so far away. But I believe you have to start demonstrating that belief in all the things you do every single day in order to get it. It's better than nothing. Small step changes towards having ultimate time for myself and my family starts with the small step changes. And actually, it hits you massively when you have to go back. I don't know, I can't speak for all men, but I know definitely between me and you, yeah, when you go back, it's like, the joke is, you go back, no one's asking you how you're doing. It's like, how's the missus doing? How's the baby doing?
Yeah.
Well, am I invisible or whatever? And like I said, I'm not saying I'm going to complain about it, but it's the same old sing song, isn't it? It's like, how's mum doing? How's the baby doing? Are they sleeping well? Yeah. How are you doing?
You're just waiting for your name to get brought.
Yeah.
It don't come.
It's I'll tell you what, it's no different to it. You would have seen it almost mimics the whole wedding thing, right? Which is like, how's the wedding planning? How's she finding it? Has she got a dress? Is she marrying herself? She's not marrying herself. I'm also quite stressed out. Yeah, and I've still got things on at work, and yeah, quite frankly, we're both still paying this thing off, and all. It's just like, come on, it's all of these things. It's all of these.
But this is for me. It's like this. We need to get rid of that. Wherever that's come from, we need to get rid of it, because
it's trickled down there, man.
It's men going through real stuff, bro. Real stuff, and partly due to people just not seeing us as human beings, bro. You know what's there? Like, literally sometimes like robots, like, yeah, you just get on with it, mate. You're a man. You know what I'm saying? You don't, man up. Like, that's the whole kind of thing. Like,
we all say it.
You don't have no feelings. You're trying to get away. You want to go to work and have fun. Like, what? What are we talking about here?
Overtime. And you got a salary job. What do you mean overtime? I've got overtime. Nah, it's one of those. It's one of those things, man. It's one of those things. It's no. Listen, that early stage, and I think some of what we said is more lean towards the newborn stage. Let's be clear here now. We haven't even scratched the surface of when you bring a second child into this whole thing. Because I tell you what, I argue. I don't know. I've got a viewpoint which I think a lot of people probably would disagree with, but I think no child to one child is probably the hardest. I'd say 1 to 2 is a little bit hard. But it's almost the fear. I think it's the fear that backs up. And for you, I think you're more than qualified to speak about 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 1 2 to 3, or 3 to 4.
0 to 1. 0 to 1 was pure excitement. Like it was I couldn't be more excited. Then gradually the excitement started to turn into anxiety because it was like, how am I going to provide for these children? Bro, when it went past 2, I said to my missus, all right, cool, we're outnumbered now. It's over, like we're outnumbered. How the hell are we going to do this? Like by the time I had number 4, I was speaking to my brother the other day. He was like, bro, that period, you look stressed, bro. I'm saying, because it's like, at that time, bro, I was out of ideas, bro. I was out of ideas, like we spoke about on a different episode, bro. I was thinking, do I need to go rob a bank? Do I need to go take up, like have 3 jobs? Like, what was I gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was real, and yeah, man. But you know, we're here now. We move, and it wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
It wasn't as bad. I think you have to adapt, and I think you know, we're not having a go at anyone for having their opinion. You know, we spoke about you know the what someone's opinion was on arguably what she would prefer and maybe what was probably easier. Ultimately, everyone's circumstance is different, right? You know, if I could have all the kids in the world and actually money was no object, no issue, right? But actually, if you think about things pragmatically, right? How are you actually going to go and do something? Nothing hypothetical. Let's think about how, you know, the actual steps. Well, when you've got a family, you need to provide for them, you know? And actually, we all know Mat Pay. Look, go and research it. Mat Pay is not all that. Someone's got to go and work. You know, if you still want to, especially want to keep up, you know.
And it's part of the, it's a role. It's not a separate role, bro. This is all one thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, this is all one thing.
That's a good
point.
I
think, as I said, there are men that, you know, are happy to go to work and get away. But I think there's a lot of men that we're not thinking about that. Actually, hear what? I've just had my first child. It's been 2 weeks where I felt like I've been in a dream on paternity leave and I've had the time to really be at home, holding my child, getting to know my child. Then that's it, off. That's it. Like, I'm back into work. I'm back into the swing of things. And it's like, now I have to juggle both things. And I think it's not just as simple as thinking men get the easier part of the deal. There's many, as we've just spoken about, there's a few things to think about.
I'll tell you what the killer was. Wife sent me pictures of them at soft play or pictures of their child just waking up or doing something like the first thing they've done. Like they've done something new for the first time. A lot of the time we're receiving that on a WhatsApp message.
This is it.
It's like, that's pretty nice. And yeah, it's again, talking about encouragement. That's an encouragement. It's like, I want to go back to them, or I want to actually carry on working. Don't underestimate, right? For me, at least, I tell you what. Who is it that said this to me? I tell you what, my cousin said this to me, right? He could plot his. What did he say now? He said something about plotting his trajectory with the arrival of all of his kids. He can plot where he's got to in life with the arrival of all of his kids, right? And he can see that actually who he was before he had children, right? And the person he is now. And actually just plot them. He's another, a few kids, 3 kids he's got.
Yeah.
Different person. And a lot of that is linked to, do you know what? It's hard graft. I've got to go to work. I've got to provide. Hard graft. I've got to go to work. I've got to try and make something better for the family that I've got. You know, it's all linked to that.
I think it's Jordan Peterson that says something along the lines of, if you want to be a better man, give yourself more responsibility. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's true, like, obviously not to overload yourself with stuff you can't handle, But the more responsibility you've got, the better person it makes, because you have no choice. You can't turn. It's like a closed room where you can't turn anywhere. Like, you can't run away from it. Like,
deal with it.
You have to deal with it.
Have to fix it.
And every one of my children has made me more focused, more responsible, because it's like, even if I wanted to run, where am I going? Where am I going? I'm saying, I'll turn this way, I can't move, I'll turn that way. Like, the only way I can go is forward. Like, I can't go backwards. I can't go back to, who I was before, the attitudes I had before, and how I thought about certain things back in the day.